but the first year students usually overwhelmed by the amount of subjects and the amount of activity. So how did you narrow it down?
Don't go with the flow, go with like what is going to be in the future in the next 5 years. Start doing it now.
Ma'am is an engineer, writer, likes to write the fictional stories. He also posted her blogs as well. So ma'am, welcome to NIAT.
Thank you so much.
Ma'am is right now a senior AI engineer at IBM Watson. Ma'am has also worked at SAP. You went from SAP then to IBM. Can you share your start of the journey? How was your journey? How it all started?
I started learning machine learning and deep learning from the first semester itself, and since then I know that like I wanted to go into the machine learning and AI field. And once I introduced one product in SAP, I got promoted, and since then I knew that what I have aimed for in the college, that I'll go into the AI ML field. And just since then, it's been 2 years, I'm working with many clients, many projects on enterprise level, production level. That's what we all talk about. So this is pretty much my journey.
So ma'am, as you mentioned, you started about the machine learning and all sorts of things from the first year itself. But the first year students usually overwhelmed by the amount of subjects and the amount of activity. So how did you narrow it down? I want to focus exactly on the AI ML or cloud infra.
I used to love mathematics, and that's where AI ML comes in. So this is how you can narrow down. It's not like AI ML because I'm doing AI ML right now. You can either go with cybersecurity, you can either go with other things, front end, back end, whatever you want. You have the aim for. It's just you need to create a checklist, what you know, what you don't know, and are you willing to learn new things? If yes, then pursue that thing. Don't go with the flow, go with what is going to be in the future in the next 5 years. Start doing it now.
So ma'am, you have worked for the very big companies like SAP, IBM. What is the biggest problem you have solved till date, and what approach did you follow?
When companies are doing the projects, we deal with millions of documents, which has thousands of pages per document. So it's the huge data set. So we need to deal with that particular data set, and we need to provide the accuracy more than 85%. So that's the biggest thing I have done so far.
Read on your LinkedIn bio, you have written the deepfake detection article on the IEEE website. So can you share your experience how writing those kind of articles helped you become the engineer or the coder you are right now?
I have published one research paper on deepfake detection in my 3rd year as a minor project. It was during that time some political parties in US were using deepfake things. That's where the idea was born. Then we figured it out. Okay, whatever the models we have already, we are getting the better accuracy, and that's how the research paper. We wrote the research paper that we have published on IEEE and published to an international conference.
So ma'am, from the past 5 years, we are hearing that AI is gonna take your job. Most of the companies have laid off their employees. So how can an engineer or a student prepare for that thing?
That is true that AI is going to take the jobs. Not every job, but definitely the jobs. So for that, the one thumb rule you guys can just have it is just update yourself every day. Take parts in hackathons, take parts in whatever competitive things are there. If you want to pursue your path in AI or any tech field, then definitely you need to upskill yourself almost every day.
So what is the minimum tech stack required to start vibe coding?
It is Python, Fast API, and little bit of system designing. If I just stick to tech stack, Python is the best thing.
So ma'am, you have built a RAG system that can handle 40 plus GB of data. So what are the core components and how it actually works?
When you are dealing with RAG, you need to have the information, which chunking mechanism you can use, what are the embedding models. From 2nd or 3rd year, maybe you can start learning about system designing things.
What's the difference between prompt injecting and prompt engineering?
When you open your ChatGPT and you asked, today Akriti is coming, and what are the questions I can ask? So that's prompt.
Yeah.
And prompt injection is you are like taking out my personal information from ChatGPT if ChatGPT has that information.
So we have personal cloud AI agents tools like N8N or something, and industries also uses AI agents. So how are both different?
If you know Gen AI, you need to scale it up, you need to sell it to the market. And when you start selling to the market, they will not say how good your model is performing. The whole thing will depend on how many users you have. And Gen AI is the initial phase when you are making the prototype or making like the MVP, but this will go hand in hand definitely.
Now, guys, the forum is open for the questions. If you have any questions, any doubt, or if you want to discuss anything, you can directly ask with the ma'am.
What do you think about quantum computer? Will it take place of AI?
AI needs computation and quantum brings computation. Quantum is something that every company is working because they are seeing that too many people are using AI and AI needs computation. When I say computation, it means like GPUs, if you like heard about GPUs, TPUs, so all these things are computation and resources. So to reduce that, quantum is introduced, like to do the complex mathematical this computations and all these things. So for that, quantum is introduced, and quantum is not a new concept. It's like the 2-3 decades old concept, but in future it will go hand in hand. But like AI will never fade away.